Imagine you're me sometime in mid-October. You're sick and you can't post, but you still want to find a game to record. So you check Steam to scroll the horror list that you've pretty much memorized. But today, something's different. Today, there's a little icon in the top right. You click it, it shows a friend request from a random guy. Naturally, you check his profile, and you see that he's developing a game that's coming out pretty soon. This game is fitting everything you were looking for. It was psychological horror, Fist of Fathom inspired, indie developed, but little did you know this game would take you into a category of horror you had no clue ever existed. Overcome Your Fears is a psychological horror game made by this indie dev Mark, and I assume that it was inspired by Fist of Fathom series because of the second episode already being planned and a few other core elements of the two games. When I was taking another look at the dev's Steam profile, I saw a couple of things. The main one being he was a member of the Russian Steam community. Curiosity got the better of me and I checked what it was, and I immediately clicked off because it was just absolutely loaded with porn. Nah, I'm just kidding, it was all in Russian, and I didn't know Russian. Still wanted to figure out who this guy is, I joined the Discord of the game, and then I see it, the dev himself. Now that I've realised that this is actually just a guy, I decided to get the game, and it showed me a subcategory of horror that is one of the best that I've ever played. The game starts with you going into your friend's house and checking out the inside. You head outside to try and jump the killer, but it doesn't work, so you go back inside to make food, and then go upstairs to relax. After a couple of minutes, the power goes out, and you go outside to turn it back on. And then you get jump scared by some old dude. He tells you how there's a killer on the loose in the area, and you should be very, very careful. And when he leaves, I followed him, and I saw that he lives directly next door. Ignoring that, you go to bed. Pretty much the second you wake up, there's knocking at the door, but it turns out to just be the newspaper. The main article says there actually is a serial killer on the loose in your area, and the old guy wasn't lying. He just knew before you did. You check the fridge, but it's empty, so you go to the store. As you walk past the old neighbour's house, you hear banging, and looking through the window, you can see the neighbour hitting something that is just out of your sight. And when he sees you, he just smiles at you and closes the curtains. Ignoring that, you go to the store, get your food, and leave. After you leave, some guy appears behind you and says that you dropped your money. Then he's also really creepy at how observant he is. And here I thought that he might be the actual killer instead of the weird old guy for some reason. You get home and you make your food before sitting down and watching something. You fall asleep, and when you go to do the dishes, you see someone walking outside. So you grab a knife and check outside, but nothing's there. After ensuring that there's probably no one outside, you go to bed and have a Carson House dream about the old guy from earlier. You wake up, piss, and go upstairs to get a job at Ironbark State Park. Once the application's done, someone starts knocking on the front door. When you answer it, there's no one there. Then the old guy jumps out and scares you because he felt like it. He said he was just texting you because there's a killer on the loose and you should be on your guard. This makes you decide that you should probably lock the doors now because you haven't earlier, but the door's broken, so you have to get a screwdriver and do this honestly really good minigame to fix it. In the middle of the night, you hear a crash downstairs, and looking down the stairs reveals that someone's in the house. So you start running around upstairs and you have no idea where to go, and you immediately die because I'm absolute arse at games. Trying again, you hide in the wardrobe in the other bedroom, staying quiet because of the mic input. When the guy gets close to you, it doesn't really look like the old guy from earlier. Then the camera pans out the window. You can see the old guy talking to the cops, and you also see the weirdo in the red shirt getting arrested. And the game then shows you how close the guy was to killing you every single time he saw something weird. It basically talks about how unexpected things can be, or something I wasn't paying attention to. And then, while reading the credits, I noticed something. A name that just jumps out at me. Vladislav Dev. So I googled this guy. And it turns out he's also a Russian indie dev, just only on Hitch. So I downloaded his games, and they're actually each 5 minutes long, so I'm not even going to bother scripting them. Okay. I think it's ready. I'm hungry. Something's about to show up in this window. Trust me. I told you. People have gone missing over the past couple of nights. Yeah, I was alone. Oh. What's happened? Watch there be a monster when I turn around. Right, it just swapped ears. There we go. Looks like someone's here. I'll have to go. I'll go at the front.
Hello.
Door stuck. Let's go up this way this time. Here. Oh, these. Verifier, le distributeur de O. I'm not talking in French, I'm playing in English. Oh, there we go. Oh, I think I Italian. Overcome your fears. I'll kill you. Ah! Ah! Oh, I suck. Ah! Oh! I might not be able to escape. Yeah, I probably can't escape. So, Overcome Your Fears Caretaker is seriously one of the best indie horror games that I've ever played. And that's mostly because the twist was really well executed. The only criticism that I can really think of is that the game was a little short, but it makes up for that with its atmosphere and story. I do think that there are some more issues with the other games, the Itch ones, because they were very short, with about 5 minutes of actual time in them for each one. And they also lacked much story and generally didn't really make sense, with the second game just ending randomly when some guy jumps out at you from a storage room. Overall, my experience with these games is good, but I would say that like any other horror genres, quality can't be given to the whole genre, and it really just comes down to the individual game and the experience of the individual player. Alright, bye.